Don't worry, everybody. I didn't forget my hat 2 seconds ago. What's up, dudes and dudettes to the internet? My name's Scythe. We are back again with more Trove. Trove on the Xbox. How y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful. I hope this video makes your day even better. Hello, everybody. Stay a while and listen. I'm really scared. Lots of people are hard-phoning me, which I do not deserve that. Because I'm not even gonna be on long enough to actually even see those. Oh no, we still can't use the Elysian Flash because the dumb sound effects carries over through the entire domain. Seriously, I wish that the devs would end up fixing that. It's not a problem on PC, so why is it a problem on console? I don't know. Yeah! Ultimate ability. Whoopsie daisy, that's not really good. Now, is it? Ooh! I didn't even realize we're actually really close to getting 5,000 power rank. I completely forgot all about that. I should actually try and work on that maybe next live stream. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But lots of things are going on today, folks. And first of all, I want to let you all know that you're gonna want to avoid going for the Shadow Tower mounts as much as possible, because we've been using up all our Shadow Tower keys, and of course, you know, here it is, just randomly out of nowhere. They didn't even notify us in any way, shape, or form, only just on their recent live stream, but the devs ended up telling us, hey, we know that it's impossible to get the Dreadnought mount for some weird reason. We made it impossible to get the Dreadnought mount. Long story short, the Dreadnought mount and the Hydra mount and all that stuff in the Shadow Tower, they're gonna be more common drops. So you're gonna want to save whatever keys you hopefully still have left. Right? Like seriously, because otherwise, oh, somebody already completed this. All right, whatever. That's kind of rude. I didn't even get down here in time. Oh, thanks for the random items. I don't need them though, honestly speaking. But yeah, so that's cool. You know, better late than never, that's for sure. Because otherwise, oh, that dungeon's done. Because otherwise, you know, I already grinded like over 250 Shadow Towers over and over on PC, and I didn't get myself the Dreadnought mount. Now, hopefully, because I've still got like 150 keys left, hopefully that'll be enough that I'll actually be able to get it now, and maybe I'll be a little bit more motivated to actually go and do it, because otherwise, after the sheer amount of Shadow Towers that I ended up doing, it was just like, enough is enough. I'm done. Yes, Bomb here. Yes, my childrens. Yes. Thank you so much for listening to Papa Scythe. I'm probably not even doing that much damage, and also that was really weird. But that patch, or hotfix rather, is going to end up hitting on Tuesday, so we'll see when it hits on consoles. Because with the way that the console works is that they can only end up having so many patches per month, otherwise it costs them like a pretty penny in order to end up changing some of these things on the console version. But, I mean, these are some mandatory changes that they should have already just tested, or at least known before it ended up going live. So, you know what? I say that it's better for it, and it's well worth actually doing these nice little changes. It's nice that they've had these hot fixes again, because that's what Trove used to be all about, guys and gals. They used to do like plenty of hot fixes, plenty of smaller patches were going on like every week, and then they swapped it to every second week, and then when console came out, it was once per month. So how about that plasma fishing event? Yeah, right, plasma fishing. Devs have confirmed plasma fishing is going to be a thing, but that's going to be coming out next year. Also, apparently, you can't quote me on this because the devs haven't actually said anything, but I'm confident that when the club update ends up coming out in the next couple months, that's going to be the next big update. It's going to be the last big update of the year. And it's going to end up changing the clubs and updating a whole bunch of things. Hopefully, we're going to end up getting a world ban feature, which means we're going to be able to finally get rid of a lot of the trolls, especially on consoles. It still is a very big deal that we have to deal with all that stuff. Most of all on Xbox, I think, because we've actually got a very strong community on here that lots of people want to try and tear down, which ain't going to happen because the Jubbians are going to be victorious over it all. But I'm just trying to tell you that there is a big club update coming. Okay, let's get out of here because that dungeon is just frame ratey and gross. Like seriously? ban option might end up being a thing that comes with it. They also talked about how mastery is going to be bumped up to 500. And I've talked about this before, but the reason that I'm mentioning it again is because I'm fairly confident, just with how the devs have kind of been hinting at it. I think that mastery 300, like people that are at mastery 300, I don't think you got to worry about losing your gold name. I think that they're going to have a new name color for 500 mastery, which at the same time, they may very well not at all, because here's a fun fact. A long time ago, actually, I talked to the devs about them adding different colored names for content creators. And I'm not talking about just myself. I mean all the content creators. We should have different color names or a badge next to our name or something that actually represents and shows everybody I'm the real one, you know? But unfortunately, we don't have that. And way back in the day when I did end up mentioning it, this is relevant to the whole Mastery 500 thing, because they said specifically, where is our exit portal? There it is, that they weren't going to end up doing that because apparently with the way that Trove's code works is for every different color name, they have to actually specifically add that color and the name, like a separate code for a character, to the leaderboard. So they didn't want to end up adding content creator name colors because of the fact that they would have to add a whole bunch of extra code to add them to the leaderboard, which is another reason why there's a part of me that doubts that they're going to end up giving us a different name color per se for Mastery 500. They might just give us something else to kind of represent it. Maybe we'll get a gold name, or yellow name, I guess, at Mastery 300, and maybe that's just going to stay, and then we're going to get, I don't know, something at Mastery 500, hopefully, to actually show off, hey, I'm Mastery 500 and my name should be recognized, you know, because that is definitely a feat. Mastery 300, it still is a big deal for people that just start this game for sure, but it's a lot easier to get Mastery 300 than it used to be back in the day. And now, I mean, Mastery 500 is pretty close to being the absolute maximum in the game, if they end up going about the same, the method that they've talked about in the past, where from Mastery 300 plus, you're going to need twice as much mastery per mastery level. So we'll see if that ends up actually coming into play. But more so than that, I wanted to talk about the club update a little bit here and just let you know that they have talked about different ranking system. So hopefully that's going to be something that is going to have proper ranks that you can actually reward to people, instead of, I want architect, I want it for the status, not because I want to build anything. Hopefully we're going to actually have a separate ranking that we can have that's separate from permissions. I think that would be great, because then the people that have been there the longest and donate a lot of things and stuff like that, those people could then be recognized, I think, if we ended up having a rank like that. This is all speculation. The devs haven't actually talked about this. I'm just really, really hoping that it's going to be something like this. And also, I've kind of mentioned this in passing in a lot of my live streams, and I did want to talk about it now, that I am 100% confident. I won't say 100%, maybe 90%. Fairly confident that they're going to end up adding some type of pay-to-win method to clubs. Because honestly speaking, with how Trove works and just how the devs work and everything like that, and what they've been doing with all the recent updates and everything like that, Eclipse, I'm looking at you, mate. You already took pay-to-win gems and made them even more pay-to-win. I'm fairly confident that they're going to end up adding something that they're gonna want us to spend our money on to upgrade our clubs and stuff like that. And more so than not, it's probably gonna be something mandatory. If not, honestly, I'll be pleasantly surprised, just because I personally feel, and I don't mean this as any criticism towards the devs, I understand why they do this, don't get me wrong, but I do feel that at least with the last few updates, like, all it's been about is trying to force players into paying. So I think that the clubs being one of the most popular aspects of this game, and only now finally getting the rightful update that it deserves, I do feel that they're probably going to end up enforcing some type of pay-to-win method. Hopefully it's not something crazy and weird. Like, I could see paying for extra club slots. You know, we have the 750 member cap that we do right now, and then maybe you pay money to end up increasing that cap. And pay once and it's permanently increased, not like a monthly payment. We're already paying for Patron, for crying out loud. But I could see something like that. I think that would actually be reasonable. You know, I would actually like that if we could end up increasing member capacity. However, and this is the kind of the last topic that I do want to actually discuss here, if they end up increasing the member capacity in clubs, regardless of whether it's a pay-to-win method or just increasing it in general, I hope that the devs have the foresight to be able to notice, or foresight, I don't think it's foresight, jeez, but I hope they end up actually noticing and recognizing that they're going to have to increase the world limit of people that can end up being in the same world as you. Because right here, we've probably filled up most of the world. You can have, I think it's 75 players is the limit to how many players you can actually have in an instance at a time. So that's what usually ends up happening in club worlds and stuff like that, is that we'll have, like, usually if I log on, I try to get out of the club as soon as possible, because otherwise we fill up that world limit, and then suddenly all the people that are just trying to play casually and they're not trying to, like, you know, be in a video or fanboy it up or anything like that, which nothing against them. But then they sit there and they start getting frustrated, understandably so, because suddenly they can't enter the club because the world limit has been reached, right? So hopefully they end up updating that, but that I feel is something related to Trove's limitations in terms of its game engine and code, rather than something that is specific to clubs. You know, because if they're going to end up upping the capacity, are they going to up it just for clubs or everywhere? Because if they upped it for everything, I think that would be awesome. We would get to see a lot more people out in the world. But as far as dungeon grinding, it would be a bit of a problem because lots of the dungeons would already end up being complete just because there would be that many people in the world. Like, look at this! Just destroying everything like a mob of death, as opposed to a club world where you don't have dungeons. Please give us more capacity, like seriously. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, thanks Gangsta Disciple and Prince something or rather for hardophoning me earlier. Sorry, I didn't shout them out appropriately. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about these things, kind of let you all know this is kind of what's happening with the club update, give you a bit of an idea, and I'm going to let you all know, of course, more information as it ends up developing, as I end up hearing about it. The next Trove live stream apparently is going to end up being quite a big deal where they're going to talk about a lot of these things. So hopefully by next week, I'll be able to have an episode where we're going to be able to talk about all of that stuff and actually know a little bit more information. But more so than that, I wanted to let everybody know not to grind Shadow Towers right now if you're grinding for the mount. Yes, keep bombing, my brothers! Destroy the floor! This is the way to the boss. Trust my powers. Yes, there it is. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all know, don't grind the Shadow Tower boss at all, folks. Oh, people already completed this. Good. Because the drop rates of all of the mountain stuff is going to end up increasing on the next Tuesday's hotfix. We'll see what happens with the console version. You know, I'm just saying as a warning that even though I'm saying that next Tuesday is going to be when it hits, it might hit on PC first and then come on consoles after. But you can bet your bunions we're going to end up having a whole bunch of patch videos and everything that's going to be talking about all of that as soon as it ends up coming out, because that's what it's about, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it, and I really, really do. You know, there's been such supportive comments lately, and the community has just been absolutely crazy, which, you know, I'm used to the crazy community, and I think all of you are awesome, but the fact that so many of you have stayed so dedicated to, like, the club worlds and everything like that, and to my channel and watching the videos and everything like that, despite the fact that school is going on, because I know how busy that gets for you guys, like, seriously. And I just want to say good luck with everything, and I hope that you're having fantastic times, despite the fact that it's probably very, very chaotic and crazy to organize. I mean, thank goodness I don't have to go through with it. Instead, I have to manage a YouTube channel, which is a lot worse. No, I absolutely love it, though. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. And I almost forgot. I keep forgetting. We got to give stuff away, too. We're going to be giving away 10 streamer dream boxes, just because why not? You're going to be able to get streamer allies, wings, and a mount out of those boxes just randomly. So good luck with any of that. In order to qualify for that, all they ask is you hit that like button because it helps the video show up in searches and junk like that so that more people have an opportunity, which ultimately means that you have less chance of winning. But hey, that's just kind of how it goes. And then all you gotta do is leave a comment in the comment section down below. You'll get a response from my good pal Nintendo Gamer letting you know that you won, and here's how you end up picking up the prize code and stuff like that. But then in general, liking, sharing to Facebook, and subscribing is also going to end up building up loyalty points to my merch store. Links are in the description for that, where you can pick up this new beautiful shirt and a couple others. I'm gonna have a video that's gonna talk about the new shirt and a bunch of junk like that coming up, because they actually got quite a few changes going on with the merch website in general, which I think is absolutely awesome. But this video's gone on long enough. I just wanted to say thank you. Okay, my controller died. Thanks for watching. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.